Hello everyone, I am Erika of the storytellingjuveler.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, our usual Friday afternoon bead together to ease the effects of isolation and to make sure that actually no one has to bead alone. So please let me know in a comment if you can hear me, if you can see me. I would really like to make sure that everything is working well. Last time I had some trouble with the comments, but yeah, and I was pretty nervous about it actually, if it will work well this time. But luckily I see already that Kata is here, Erika is here, Niti is here, Deb, Sarah, Petra, Beverly, Viveka, Reinhilde, Donna, Karen, Monica, Corinne, Katie, Nancy. Hello, ladies. I hope you are all well. I hope you are prepared for today's beading session. I see also Julie, Ingrid, Frida, Zuzi, Maria, Esther, Johanna, Vania, Miriam. I can't even read all the names. This is beautiful. So I am really happy to see that we are still here together, even if there are slowly more and more activities we can do also outside of our home. And yeah, today we are going to bead together the Khachaturian pendant. So I would like to make sure that you can follow. So in case that you are a faster or a slower beader than most of us here, then I would really recommend to download the file available at thestorytellingjuveler.com/no-one-has-to-bead-alone/. It was tested already by several of our beaders, so the link works well. If you navigate to the site, then you will see two options. One option is to buy the printable tutorial for €5 and to support the broadcast and the good thing going in what we are having here. And the other option is to download the tutorial for free, and please accept it as my helping hand if you experience trouble because of the current crisis. So, oh, and a bit of clarification because we have lots of new beaders joining us. So when you would like to download the file, then please type in your first name, please type in your email address, and then click the button, and you will get an email which you need to confirm directly to your inbox. And we have also Teresa, Nelly, Angelica, Petra, Svetlana here. Petra already has a question, and a very good one. I have a question about the lady in the background. Does she wear the necklace on her back? Actually, yes, because there is another necklace on the front. I don't really know where to store my big necklaces. I want to somehow showcase them. And don't want to just keep them in a drawer. So that's that's the best solution I have so far. And yeah, she's wearing Safekeeper on the front and she's wearing Borneo on her back. So before we would continue, I would like to ask you a little favor. When we are done beading here, then please give me a moment of your time and please consider copying the link or just telling about No One Has to Bead Alone to your friends, and please share it that you were here. Please share the picture of your new jewel and just tell it to your other beading friends about what we are having here. It helps me a lot with continuing with this. Thank you so much. So, until I am waiting for you to download and print the tutorial, and also more beaders to join us as usually. There are a lot of beaders joining in during the first 10 to 15 minutes. I would like to just mention a couple of things. First of all, I would like to mention the contest, the first storytelling beading contest we are having. So last week during No One Has to Bead Alone, I revealed you the jury. So I just want to remind you that this is your chance to get your beadwork in front of of some of the best beadwork designers worldwide. So I would really consider it joining in your place. And our jury consists of Kathy Dean, Helena Tanglim, Anna Lindell, Cora Sparidans, and Susan Sasson. So this is, I think, really a good chance to show your work to some of the best designers. And moreover, it's also worth it because of the prizes we have. Our main sponsor is Matubo Beads, the creator of Gem Duos and Super Duos and Ginkgos and Matubo Rivolis. And they already sent us a huge box full of beads. And this is just a sneak peek of what you can win. And actually today we are talking to another possible big sponsor. And it seems that we will be able to add more things to the prizes. And it is going to be amazing, like really. So don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. And if you would like to learn more about the contest, then just a moment. I will post the link for you so you don't have to search for it. There are still about like 3 weeks to enter, so no worries. And you need only to send us pictures. It's not necessary to send us the actual jewel, so it doesn't matter if you finish last minute. So, and I'm just looking quickly through the comments. Anita is saying, I cannot be with you all today. It is 31 degrees in my house and in the garden, but I will make this project when it's cooler. I follow the broadcast now. Anita, I can totally understand you. My fingers are actually sweating already before I would actually start beading. But thank you so much for being here with us. Petra is saying, what am I doing here? I need to work on my contest piece. Such a beautiful prizes to win. This is warm-up, okay? This is warm-up, Petra. And then after the broadcast, you can start working on your entries to the jewel, to the contest. So, yeah, and Teresa is saying, fantastic panel of beading experts for the jury. Thank you, Teresa. I'm actually so very happy that my designer friends accepted the invitation to join us. Like, it's such an honor to have them as the jury. And I see a question about the file, so I just posted it again as a comment. Besides the contest, I would like to mention the upcoming workshops, because we have some workshops finally coming up. And oh wow, like actually I started to miss like real life teaching so much that last night I was dreaming about teaching beadwork, and it was actually a very concrete dream about one of the groups I used to bead with here in the Netherlands, from The Hague, from limited edition, and in my dream I was teaching the Byzantine workshop, and I was explaining it to one of my beading friends, to Ellen, who is a big fan of the Byzantine, and she beaded like I think 4 or 5 different color combinations. But what's good news, that there are actual workshops coming up, both online and actually probably also offline finally. So I would like to mention first the 2 online workshops we have scheduled so far. One of them is the Byzantine workshop I mentioned, the Byzantine bracelet, and it's a very richly textured bracelet. And I beaded little motifs with 1 thread, so you don't have to start anew and anew. And then I attached a cabochon in the middle, actually in a quite interesting way, I can say. So this is one of the upcoming online workshops. Tanya says that she has already signed up for Byzantine. Thank you so much, Tanya, and I am really looking forward to bead with you again. And then we also have Starstorm. Starstorm is made out of honeycombs and again quarter TILA beads. I think you might have noticed that I like quarter TILAs, and it really reminds me, Starstorm really reminds me of a Rosetta window from a cathedral, and it is pretty sturdy. So it feels like if you have had a medieval jewel on your hand. So that's also something to consider. There are a couple of places still left for you. And if you would like to join me in an online workshop, then this is the link for you. The storytellingjeweler.com/workshops/ and there you can sign up. I will also put it here on the screen to make it easier. Just a moment. Here it is. Yes, and besides Byzantine and Starstorm, we also have an upcoming workshop during a very special event, the Swedish Bead Along, and we actually have many beaders with us here who are regular participants of the Swedish Bead Along. Hands up, please, ladies, who are participants usually of the Swedish Bead Along. And this year, because of the situation, the whole Swedish Bead Along will move online, so everyone from all around the world can participate. And I couldn't encourage you more. It is a great place. Like when I was there last year as a masterclass teacher, then one thing what really amazed me, just how friendly the atmosphere is. Like you could spend every minute of your day between like-minded, very nice, very lovely people. There were 2 big beading rooms, and always, even at 2 o'clock in the morning, there were beaders sitting there, so you would never bead alone. And we will actually have also beading rooms online, so you can work together, and we will have workshops from designers from all around the world, including me. And the project which I will teach at the Swedish Bead Along, just a moment and I will put it on screen. And in the meanwhile, you see Sarah, Marina, Anfi, Monica, Kathleen, Ingrid, all like regular Bead Along people, and Ingrid Frida saying Bead Along is a fantastic event. And it is. And this is my upcoming class, the Adelaide necklace. And again, quarter tilas. What I like about this necklace and why I do want to teach it to you, because it's not only a necklace. This is what we will be working on during the Zoom class, but actually we can also modify the necklace into different kinds of earrings and different bracelets. And that will always, all will be included in the tutorial you will receive. And I will give you lots and lots and lots of ideas how to use this design, not only for a necklace, but for like a whole full collection of jewelry, starting with small earrings, going through bigger, and also for the bracelets, smaller and bigger, and all kinds of different variations. So, yeah, Sharon says, since it's now online, first time for me, looking forward to it. Yay, me too. And then, yeah, Marina says, some bead at 4 o'clock too. So true. And Sarah says, I'm signed up for yours. Hope I get a place. Thank you so much. And Susie, oh, you will also join us? She says, exactly same for me. A positive thing from the point I wouldn't be able to make it to the live event. And Vered has problems with the pattern. Vered, please navigate to thestorytellingjeweler.com/no one has to be alone / It's very important that you put a / also at the end, otherwise it will not work. So, about Bead Along. And I will also have some upcoming classes at Natasha Kralen here in the Netherlands, what I would like to mention. So please also check out Natasha's website. We can meet on the 12th of July, and you can actually choose a workshop project. It's not a limited class to one project or two projects, but you can choose whatever you want. And I think it's amazing. And finally, getting to the Khachaturian pendant. For the Swedish bead along, Nancy is asking for a link. I apologize. I forgot to post that one. It's beadalong.sa. Niti, she says, I have also signed up to your workshop. So excited to see if I get in. Thank you so much. I promised Kerstin, I told Kerstin, the organizer, that she can repeat my classes. So if there is bigger interest than for one class, then I am very happy to teach it 2 or 3 times even. And also later during the day to accommodate bidders from the States or from Australia. So no worries about that. One final thing to quickly mention before we start bidding. We have a special deal this week again, and we have just added lots and lots of new colors of fire polished beads. And this week until the 1st of July, you can shop for fire polished beads at thestorytellingjeweler.com with a 20% discount. And I have, oh my god, like when I was shopping, then I couldn't say no to anything which had turquoise in its name. So we ended up with beads called turquoise stardust and turquoise champagne and turquoise matte opal. So it's definitely worth to check it out. You don't need any coupon. Just navigate to thestorytellingjeweler.com after our class now, and you can choose your colors. And now, finally, the Khachaturian pendant. Oh, and Anita is saying, I am having eye surgery, so I won't be able to sign up. I am so sorry, and I hope I will keep fingers crossed that everything goes well with your surgery. Make sure to let us know afterward. Kata, thank you. Thank you so much. So Khachaturian pendant. Of course, I was listening to the composer Khachaturian when I was designing this. And I think it became just as, like, at the same time structural but playful as the composer's music. So this is what we are going to work on today. And I have to read this from Kata. Kata says, and the new bead-alongers and the experienced ones, welcome to the Rookie Fika, Coffee Time with Katalin. That's actually another very nice feature of the bead-along, of the Swedish bead-along, that on the first day there is an evening drinking coffee where you can ask all your questions and you can meet your future beading partners and you can just get comfortable for the upcoming days. And this year it's happening online and Katalin will be the host. And I would really like to join the Fika too. And actually Fika is coffee in Swedish. And today I have the coffee mug with me, which I will be using. And this is my special bead-along masterclass teacher coffee keep cup with my name on it, which I got last year as a present. I'm also enjoying my coffee from it now. And before we go, Zuzi, I received my fire polished beads order today as I live close to Yvette and warehouse. Those beads are so gorgeous. I will use them now. That's fantastic, Zuzi. So, and we have a question. Lorraine is asking about the post office. That one, can you please ask Yvette, because she is the one responsible for shipping. So I am not as familiar with the current situation, not as up to date as she is. I will also tell her to reach out to you. And now, Khachaturian. So this is my pendant, and let's do a quick check to make sure that you have everything. So do this together with me. And yeah, let's see that if we have everything. Also, I want to check if I have everything for my second color combination. First of all, you will need 4 and 6 millimeter round pearls. Then you will need 4 millimeter fire polished beads. You will need 4 millimeter BICONE beads. You will need a couple of quarter TILA beads. By the way, next week we are adding new colors if you don't have enough. And then you need MIYUKI DELICA 11s and MIYUKI round seed bead number 15s. So please let me know if you have everything, if you are prepared, and if we can start. Celine just joined us now. She says, hello everyone, a little late, I just finished my job. Perfect timing, Celine. We are just about to start beading finally. So, do you have everything, dear beaders? I do, I think. I'm sitting on my FIRELINE and needle. I prepared already that one, and I was just looking for it on my bead mat, and then I found it on my chair actually. Nothing happened. Luckily. How funny would have it been if I started to scream by talking to you, right? So Deb says she is ready. Vered, copy the link, please. It doesn't work. You can't click on it now, but copy the link, please, to your browser and you will find it. And Kim says, let's get this party started. Mary is also ready. Karen. Reinhilde is ready. Yeah, Corinna, it was lying flat, so I didn't feel the needle, luckily. So I hope you took a good look at the finished pendant, and let's start beading. So, as always, I like to use number 12 FIRELINE or 4LB for the US folks. And I have a bit more than a wingspan of beading thread, and I am using tulip beading needles. I will leave about 10 to 12 centimeters, 5-6 inches of a tail, and then I will weave it in when I am done. And I will start with picking up 4 pieces of quarter TILA beads. Make sure that both holes are open because they can be clogged sometimes. And please actually bead one more time through all the beads to join them into a circle and to reinforce the thread path. So actually do the thread path, what you see on illustration number 1, and then do it one more time, okay? Teresa likes my t-shirt. Thank you, I picked it up during a vacation. Oh, Cheryl says she was waiting since yesterday because got confused that what is the day. That happened. Also, last week someone was waiting for me on a Thursday. Well, I can say that if I could, then I would love to spend every day with you. But unfortunately, it is not possible. Preparations for a workshop like this take about a day or a day and a half of work. Usually I do it during evenings or weekends or like chipping away a bit of my work time. But this is the pace that I can keep up for the moment. So please let me know if you have step number 1, and I will immediately show step number 2. So in step number 2, you need to bead through the outside hole of the same quarter TILA what you are exiting at the moment. And then please pick up the following combination: a 4mm round pearl, a 6mm round pearl, another 4mm round pearl, a quarter TILA again, and then again 4mm round pearl, 6mm round pearl, and 4mm round pearl. And then please bead one more time through the second hole of the quarter TILA, the same hole you were exiting before picking up the new combination. And then when you are done with this part, I'm looking for step number 3. For some reason, my pictures are not in the right order. Where is step number 3? Okay, I have to upload it. No, I see it now. Okay. Yes. So in step number 3, you will retrace the thread path, but please add number 15 round seed beads between the 4mm and the 6mm round pearls, and please skip the quarter TILA at the top. So you will end up with so you will have to do the same thread path as before, but please add number 15s between the round pearls, and please don't bead through the quarter TILA picked up in step number 2, which is at the top of your motif. It will make it more sturdy and more pointy. So please let me know if this is clear, if you can follow, or if I should explain it a bit better or just in a different way. And when you finished filling in the number 15 seed beads, and you returned to the original quarter TILA, then please also bead through the first hole of the same quarter TILA, and then continue to the next quarter TILA. And I will actually hide step number 1, and I will show you step number 4 already. So you will need to repeat step number 2 and step number 3 on all 4 quarter TILA beads. So you will end up with 4 kind of like, what is this shape? Square, whatever. So every quarter TILA will have a decoration consisting of 4 millimeter and 6 millimeter round burrs and of other quarter TILAs. Okay, so Cheryl and Jana are saying that it's clear. I'm very happy. But please, anyone, like, don't ever hesitate to ask me a question or 2 or 3. I'm very happy to help. You are making my wishes, my dreams come true. Me dreaming about teaching beadwork. And it's happening. So, are step 2, 3, 4 clear for you? So you should add like the same kind of decoration all around the motif. Always the number 15s in between the round burrs at the end and skipping the quarter TILA. I am, by the way, working with a more decent color combination at the moment because, well, this year I'm not sure that when can I visit my family in Slovakia, but I already want to be prepared with some gifts for them. So I am thinking of actually gifting this second version of my Khachaturian pendant to my mom. And she likes more decent colors. I don't think that she would be able to combine this first crazy color combination with many of her clothes. So I would like to surprise her with something more in her style. And please don't worry if at this point the first 4 quarter TILA beads are all wonky, because we will take care of them, okay? That's normal. Also, mine is totally floppy in the middle. Just make sure that you don't undo that first little square of quarter TILAs, but we will actually add more beads between them, and they will stabilize the whole construction. So always, please, 4 millimeter, 6 millimeter. After exiting the outside hole, 4 millimeter and 6 millimeter round burrs and quarter TILA beads. And then one more round. And please add number 15 round beads between the purse, and please skip the quarter TILA at the top. Please let me know how is it going, okay? I really need your feedback. Vered, could you download the, did you download the instructions finally? Could you copy the link? Oh, Sherry, she has, I keep losing my internet connection, so I will watch later. Please have a wonderful weekend. Next time, I hope it works out better so you can enjoy it, Sherry. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend too. I am looking forward to see your version. Okay, Susie says she's on the third element of number 4. For some reason, my internet is also, by the way, a bit like, not as it is, not as I am used to it. Sometimes the screen is like freezing. Don't know. Like, please make sure that you are not downloading or uploading anything in the background. For example, I make sure before every broadcast to shut down like my OneDrive, my Dropbox, all the cloud applications and everything what could like drag my internet away. So please, maybe that's something you can try if you are experiencing problems. Robina, we have a new beader here. Welcome, Robina, between us, among us. She says, so kind of you to share. I just found you and your website yesterday, and I am not prepared, and I am unable to stay and watch, but I love your work. Thank you so much, Rabina. And the broadcasts, the recordings, they always stay online. So don't worry if you can't bead with us today. You will be able to watch this later. And we are here every Friday at the same time, actually. So make sure to join us next time. Okay, Joanna says, Robina Owens, welcome. This is a fantastic group. I hope you love it here as much as I do. Thank you so much for what you wrote, Joanna. Reinhilde is starting with the third decoration. And Cheryl, she says, I was naughty and started early despite you saying not to. I have a closed Facebook group for the beaders here for my, and well, it's actually a gift to my customers, something extra. And I uploaded the file before we started the broadcast to make sure that everyone can print it and everyone can prepare for the broadcast in advance. And I said like, yeah, here it is. Download it, print it, get ready, but please don't start beading. Naughty. Teresa, ladies, have a great weekend. My son, who is graduating magna cum laude from his university, just arrived. Yes, I'm a proud mama. I will make this later. And you can, oh, that must be such a wonderful feeling, Teresa. Congratulations to your son, and congratulations to you on raising him into such a clever human being. So I finished my fourth motif. How are you doing, ladies? When I finished, then I am beading back to the first hole of the quarter TILA. So yeah, it is wobbly at the moment, but we will fix everything later, I promise. And you will not even have to sit on it. So Zuzi says, done with all 4. Yay, beading live for the first time with you all. Except beading with me actually on screen last week. And you did a great job. Susie was actually designing the last week's the last week's pendant, and she joined us live to show us how to make it. So Niti is also done. We will wait just a moment to wait for the others. I will take a sip of coffee from my Bead Along mug. Yes, it's 6 o'clock nearly, but I am drinking coffee still. So, and I will actually hide the fourth picture because that doesn't really have added value. So you will just need to repeat steps number 2 and 3. And step number 5, it shows you how to fill in the BICONE beads, and this will stabilize the center of your motif already. Peter says, I can't sit on the beadwork today. I sweat and the pendant will stick to my butt. So true, like my calves and everything. It's just, I'm sliding on my chair. It's this like fake leather chair and I'm sliding on it already. And it says, Erika, I know why you chose this specific mug. You cannot season your coffee with beads like this. Actually, a very nice remark. By the way, when we are beading together at the Swedish Bead Along, like real life, then nobody is allowed to have a drink without a lid. And I was always like sneaking in coffee. I didn't have a 𝐊𝐄𝐑 that time. And you know me, you know that I don't function without coffee. And I was sneaking in coffee and was just always having it, keeping it on my lap. I didn't break the rules. I am very good at following rules. But I had always only when I was not beading, then I always had it like under the table and just taking a sip. And then on the last day, I got this one. So it's perfect. So when you are done with all 4 decorations all around, then you can actually, it's not on the picture, but if you want, you can go one more time all around the quarter TILA beads to make sure that the motif is a bit more sturdy. And then when you think like, okay, I'm done, like also not too many times because then the thread will be visible. But when you think that, okay, now I am done, then please turn to the opposite direction by beading through the second hole, the outside hole of a quarter TILA, what you are exiting at the moment. And then this is a fun part. I always like when I can just like fill in beads into gaps. So you can pick up a 4mm Swarovski BICONE bead and please then bead through the neighboring quarter TILA, the outside hole. And please fill in BICONE beads all around between the second holes of the outside holes of the MIYUKI quarter TILA beads. Niti, I'm actually like pretty good with heat waves, because for me it just means like it's ice cream time. So thank you so much. And by the way, when we had a workshop, an online workshop where Niti was participating not so long ago, then at a moment like my face froze and I just realized that I had beads in my coffee and I had to like look away from the camera and fish out a DELICA from a No One Has to Bead Alone video. Like it was the color what I used the day before. So how are you ladies doing with the steps? Can you follow? Did you fill in the 4mm BICONE beads? I would so love to see everyone's beadwork at this moment, by the way. I'm always very curious to see what kind of colors are you using. So, please keep me updated that how are you doing? Not yet done. Katalin is progressing. Petra says that she has the BICONEs done. Mehtab, hello Mehtab, also has it. Reinhilde too. Then shall we go further? I will hide the second picture and I will put on screen the sixth one. Niti says, ugliest color combo I have ever worked in. Just, I would be curious to see that too, actually. So, and now you are exiting the outside hall of a quarter TILA. Then please bead through a 4mm round pearl and a number 15 seed bead. And we are going to stabilize the pendant even more now. So you are exiting a number 15 seed bead. Please pick up a 4mm fire polished bead and then please bead through another number 15 seed bead and a 4mm round pearl. And at this point, please skip the quarter TILA and continue through the 4mm round pearl and the MIYUKI number 15. And please fill in 4mm fire polished beads all around in this way and finish by picking up a fire polished bead and beading through a number 15 seed bead. And actually, I agree with Joanna. She's saying to Niti, I doubt that. Your colors are always lovely. Exactly. The Sashiko pendant you beaded lately and the Amsterdam bracelet and everything you have done. I have never seen an ugly color combination from you. I would be curious to see what you consider to be ugly. Niti says, I think my grandma would like it. It looks like her tapestry with these colors. Oh, and Kata is making me very excited. She says, I use a quarter TILA package with 4 different colors in it. Interesting experience for me. I know the one you are using, that you have showed me earlier, and I am very curious to see the colors, the result. So please let me know if I explained step number 6 well, or if you need a little bit more information, more explanation. And if you are happy with what you are working on at the moment. I am nearly done with filling in the fire polished beads. Niti says, Martin, fiance, oh, they are way too nice to you. And they agreed to marry this guy. Don't let him discourage you. And Mary is saying, I am way out of my color comfort zone. My first time using neon Swarovski pearls. You make me really curious, Mary. Deb, half a question. Step 5. Do we go to... Hello, Janice. In step 5, after we add the last fire polished bead, oh, Debbie's asking if we go through 2 times. It is not necessary. We will kind of retrace the thread path, so you don't have to make this super sturdy at this moment. You have to make sure that you will still be able to pass through those number 15s, so don't fill them up with thread yet. If at the moment, at the end, it happens that you think that your pendant is still not sturdy enough, then I would advise to go back and retrace the thread path, but I would not do it at this moment. Rainilda, thank you. And I hope your pendants are going sturdier and sturdier. This is how mine looks like at the moment, by the way. And I'm using this powdery lilac glass pearl. We have it at the storytelling jeweler.com, of course. And lately, I'm just in love with these powdery colors. They are so elegant, and when I combine them with some metallic tones, then every jewel looks like if it has been some vintage piece. But it's also possible to combine them with some crazier colors. Just what I see now. Still on my bead mat, this half of a Tushinsky bracelet, where I also used powdery pearls, but with this kind of crazy neonish green lime ones. Janice, she says, sorry, in a long meeting in this heat, popping to say hello and miss you. Oh, thank you for stopping by, Janice. I hope you can relax now in the evening and during the weekend. And for Alice, step number 6 again. So you start step number 6 by exiting the outside hole of a quarter TILA. And after that, you need to bead through a 4mm round pearl and a number 15 MIYUKI seed bead. Then you pick up a 4mm fire polished bead. Afterward, you bead through another number 15 MIYUKI and 2 4mm round pearls. You don't have to bead through the quarter TILA this time. You can skip it between the round pearls. After the round pearls, you continue through a number 15 MIYUKI seed bead. And then again, you pick up a fire polished bead, a 4mm fire polished bead. So what's happening is that you need to connect the number 15s with fire polished beads, and this is how you go all around. Oh, and Vania has a great idea. Erika, if you put a white piece of paper behind the jewel, we can see it better. Just a suggestion. You're great. Thank you so much. I am grabbing I actually have here. So this is my piece at the moment. Anya! We have Anya Slotman with us. She says, hi, dear Erika, just quickly saying hi. Looks like you are having fun in Amsterdam. Hello, Anya. So nice to see you, at least this way. Definitely a big heat wave and lots of fun in Amsterdam. Actually, we are beading together with this group of beaders every week, every Friday, 5 afternoon Amsterdam time, so no one has to bead alone. We started it when lockdown started, and since then every week we are here, usually between like 70 to 120 beaders from all around the world. Beaders saying hello to Anya. I hope you are well, Anya. Anya is actually from the Netherlands. She's a real Dutchie, not like me, just an imported one. And she says, that sounds fantastic. Sure missing Amsterdam. One day, I hope. I hope you can come again sooner than later. We actually had a meeting and a coffee together planned with Anya when she was visiting earlier this year, but that's when all the chaos hit, so there was not a possibility to meet anymore. I hope you are well, Anya. She says, oh fun, hi Miriam, happy beading with my friend Erika. Thank you so much. And Anya, if you are just in the mood for company, then also it's maybe you can also join us while working on your own project and just hanging out and chatting. And you are always more than welcome. Bringing a cup of coffee next time. Please do that. Please do that. Another thing, what is joining most of us here, besides the love of bead, is like a minor, or in my case, a bigger addiction to coffee. We also have a Tuesday afternoon coffee time. That's also only just talking. And on Fridays, we are always beading together. Anya says, doing well, thank you. Anya is doing, by the way, fantastic Zoom classes. Her beadwork, it's like, it looks like out from a museum. Many times Anya's beadwork is actually inspired by real art. And yeah, now you can access her classes online. So please make sure to click on Anya's name and look up her Zoom classes. And there is so much to learn from her, and she is a wonderful person. So after finishing the broadcast, make sure to visit Anya's website, please, to check out her Zoom classes. And Anya says, I wish I have to prepare for 2 Zoom classes this weekend. Practice Zoom run this afternoon. Otherwise, I would stay. I wish you all the best, Anya, for the Zoom classes during the weekend, and have lots and lots of fun with your students. Sarah says, I need to sit on my pendant. Is there a support group for hard beaders? We have this ongoing joke that sometimes some of us struggle with keeping the beadwork flat because of probably too much or too little tension. So then we have this ongoing joke of like, just sit on it. And we actually are sharing some recipes of like my chocolate brownie, Niti's toffee pudding, and we also have a famous tiramisu from one of the beaders from the group. You know, just to like make our buds bigger, and so we are more effective in flattening the beadwork. Oh, Anya is saying that it's actually better if you check out her Facebook page. So please do that. Please do that. Navigate, click Anya's name, and then find her Facebook page. There you will find all the information about her amazing classes. You're too kind, Anya. Thank you so much for your well wishes, and I wish you lots and lots of fun with your students tomorrow. I love it that you are always posting the works of your students afterward, so I will check it out next week. Have a beautiful weekend, Anya. It was so nice to see you at least this way. Oh, and just about some more information about our beading group. Miriam says, and we wear yoga pants. And Corinna, or no pants at all. Exactly. 𝐿𝐴𝐿 Tot straks, Anja. Nete, she's saying, I will put a recipe on tomorrow. I did not want to do it yet because I will make it for Erika and I don't want to give her the possibility to make it before I get there. You're coming on Sunday. Can I? Oh my God, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. Anya says, interesting ladies you have been collecting. Yeah, but we are a crazy bunch of beaders, I can say. But we always have tremendous amount of fun. So I hope it didn't scare you. So, lovelies, how are you doing with your Khachaturian pendants, by the way? Could you bead in the meanwhile? So please let me know, how are you doing? I did not make any progress in the meanwhile, sorry. And Anya says, so good during this crazy time to have fun together and beads. I couldn't agree more. You know, at the beginning, I was really like scared. And even during the broadcasts, it was always inside me that what's happening. But week by week, as we are coming together, this became really something to look forward to for me also personally. And I hope that it is really helping with coping the situation. And we are up, I think we are up for step number 7. So I will hide the previous steps. And this is step number 7. So be careful with this step. You will bead in the opposite direction. You are exiting a number 15 seed bead, and please bead back through the 4mm fire polished bead which you added as the last one. And then please pick up 3/4 TILA beads and bead through the same 4mm fire polished bead one more time. So you will create a loop with the 3/4 TILA beads around the 4mm fire polished. And after beading through the 4mm fire polished bead one more time, please bead in the direction from the middle towards the edge of the motif through a number 15, a 6mm round pearl, another number 15. Then you can continue through 2 4mm round beads, the number 15, 6mm round pearl, and number 15 on the other side of the quarter TILA. Then please continue into the 4mm fire polished bead. And at this time, you are prepared to make another loop of 3 pieces of quarter TILAs, and you will continue all around the motif this way. So bead through the 4mm fire polished bead, add a loop with 3/4 TILA beads on it, bead one more time through the same fire polished bead. Then get to the next fire polished bead by beading through number 15, 6mm round pearl, number 15, 4mm round pearl, 4mm round pearl, number 15, 6mm, number 15, and there you are in the 4mm fire polished bead. And Anita is asking, how long will you be doing this for? I don't have a clue. Like, I don't have anywhere, any vacations planned, anything which would come in the way. And I really believe that this is a good thing going on. So at the moment, I don't plan to stop with this. Don't worry. And Susie is saying, this step will give my little OCD person inside hard time to have all quarter tilas with bump up. Yes, perfectionist beaders should be careful about the bumps on the quarter tilas indeed, as they are not completely uniform from both sides. And please, ladies, let me know if I explained step number 7 well, or if you need more information. I am more than happy to repeat or explain it in another way. Diane! Saying hi, have fun, must run. Thank you so much for stopping by and have a wonderful weekend, Diane. Ladies, please give me feedback that how are you doing with step number 7? The only new beads we are adding in this step are the quarter tilas. There are a lot of like thread passes through other beads, but the new beads are only the quarter tilas over the 4mm fire polished beads. And the aim is actually with this step to attach the 4mm fire polished beads in a different way to the number 15s, because because you might have noticed that in the previous step we were exiting the number 15s in the opposite way before beading through the fire polished ones. So that's why we are doing this. Susie says, I wasn't really into controlling quarter tila bumps until one broadcast where you mentioned it. There is no way back. There is no way back after knowing about this. I'm so sorry. And Vanya says, I have a trick to get those quarter tila bumps up. Please share with us. Tanya has to go. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice weekend, Tanya. Thank you for joining us. Petra says, the step is completely clear, but it's nice to hear you mention all beats you have to pass. I hope that it doesn't make it sound more complicated than in fact it is, because this is actually not a complicated design. Just, yeah, have to be careful a bit about thread passes. So please let me know how are you doing, or if you are happy so far with your pendant. If there is anything what comes to your mind where you need more explanation, you have a question about. I am sorry if you asked the question and I did not notice it in the comment field. Please bring it one more time to my attention, because it is a little bit tricky to keep an eye on the illustrations, to keep an eye on the comments, and keep an eye on my beadwork. So I apologize if it happens that I don't answer a question. Just please put it into the comment field one more time, and I am very happy to answer everything. So thank you for your patience with me. I am filling in quarter TILAs over my last fire polished bead, by the way. And after you are doing that, then please continue with the usual thread path until you pass through the two 4mm round pearls and the number 15 afterwards. Cheryl says, the great thing about your patterns is that you get to the point after a few patterns that you look at the diagrams and it's crystal clear straight away. Cheryl, you made me so happy with what you have said. Thank you so much. By the way, for completely new beaders with us, I have a bunch of free tutorials available at thestorytellingjeweler.com. If you think that you need to get used to my style of explanations or my style of illustrating something, then just navigate to the site, and between the tutorials you will find a bunch of free ones. And also, if you sign up to my newsletter, you can do that also at the website. Then there are more to come directly into your inbox. Lynn is asking, it's a little hard to get back through the 15s. Can you use a Japanese 11 instead? If possible, I would stick to the 15s because there is really only a little room where they can fit. I would rather switch to a thinner needle if you need that, not to a bigger bead. Monica says, my pendant is now ready, but I think I will remake it. I think I make the thread too hard, otherwise it looks nice. Ladies, you are so kind, but I'm even like, oh my God, I'm blushing. Thank you so much. I will just hide behind my coffee mug, okay? Thank you. Anya, she says, now you got me thinking about 𝐻𝐈𝐄𝐄 and 𝐂𝐻𝐈𝐄𝐄. Lovely pendant, by the way. Your work is always beautiful. Lucky word to have you. Thank you so much for your kind words, Anya. I'm so happy and honored to know you. And when you come, we should go for 𝐻𝐈𝐄𝐄 or apple tart. Would be great. And Vanya, about the bumps on the quarter TILAs, she says, I think I have to take some pictures and post in the club, but you line them up with the bump to the left, then only pick up with needles from the bottom hole. If consistent, they will always be right. But if you flip the piece while working, then you have to flip the quarter TILAs. Does it make sense, or do you need me to make the picture? For me, it's clear, Vania. Thank you so much, by the way. It's a very nice trick. Let's wait what the others say. Kimberly, she says, I am having to use half TILAs. I was good until this step. I will continue to see how it turns out. Please do that, and please let us know how does it go with your experiments. Not everyone, of course, has the... I always try to go for like popular bead shapes, but of course not everyone always have everything at home. So it is also very helpful if after the broadcast you share maybe the results of your experiments, so beaders can maybe adjust to if it turned out well. Kata, I really love this pendant and the design. Clear pattern also, as always. I start the second one instead of the project I'm working on. Hey, go back to your... I know that it's a very important project you are working on. That's so funny. Go back to your beading duties. But stay with us, of course. Cheryl says it's clear for her. Great. I'm really glad. By the way, I finished adding my 𝐻𝐴, trios of 𝐻𝐴, and I am prepared to go further with step number 8. So just let me know that how are you ladies doing, and I am very happy to explain you how to go further. Anya, I know the work that goes into everything you are doing, everything what you are doing to every designer. I think like there is so much work actually behind the piece, but yeah, it's always one bead at a time, as Anya says, and that is not mentioning writing the pattern. And apple tart sounds great too. I know the place where I am taking you if you let me guide you in your capital one day. Corina says, ready for 8. Viveka says, I am ready with my pendant, but I have to rip it and make it over again tomorrow. I have mixed 2 different colors and did not notice until I was ready. I blame the heat wave we have right now. I love the pattern. Mektab is also ready. Cheryl is ready. Petra has an important question to Zuzi. Zuzi is turning everything into brooches. And Petra is saying, is this the perfect size for a brooch? Reinhilda has it already. She says, it became a beautiful pendant. Thank you, Erika. Thank you for bidding with me again, Reinhilda. Make sure to post your lovely pendant in the group. And I will finally explain step 8. So, this looks a bit scary, but don't worry. We will do it. Do it together. Yes, Sarah has it a bit wavy. Adjust your thread tension a little bit, maybe. Don't beat that hard right away, but if it's still wavy at the end or like a bit floppy, then repeat the thread pass one more time. And make sure that you work with with MIYUKI. Also, in this case, we don't have that many seed beads in the pendant. So, number 8. We are exiting a number 15 seed bead, which is located between a 4mm round pearl and a 6mm round pearl. Please pick up 3 pieces of number 11 DELICAs and bead through the second hole of a ⅓ TILA. Then please fill in MIYUKI DELICA beads, same size, between all the gaps between the ⅓ TILAs. So after exiting the first ⅓ TILA, the second hole of the first ⅓ TILA, just pick up another one and go through the open hole of the middle ⅓ TILA, then pick up a third DELICA bead and go through the open hole of the third ⅓ TILA. Then we will want to make this a little bit sturdier, so please bead in the opposite direction through the first holes of all 3 ⅓ TILA beads. After this, please turn back to the original direction by beading through the second holes of the ⅓ TILA beads and the MIYUKI DELICAs in between. Afterward, please pick up 3 pieces of DELICA beads and bead through the number 15 between the 6mm round pearl and the 4mm round pearl. At this point, please pick up 4 number 15 round beads and bead through the 4mm round pearl in the opposite direction, back towards where you were coming from. And then bead again through the new number 15s, the 4 pieces of new number 15s. Afterward, please pick up 2 number 11 DELICA beads and please bead through the outside, the open hole of the quarter TILA at the corner. And then you will do this in the opposite way, starting with picking up 2 MIYUKI DELICAs and 4 pieces of number 15 round beads, beading back in the opposite direction through the next 4mm round pearl, and beading through the 4 new number 15 MIYUKI seed beads. And then bead through the number 15 between the 4mm and the 6mm round pearls. So this is how you need to go all around. Please let me know if you can follow this or if you need more explanation. And in the meanwhile, while I was explaining, Anya says, sure, 𝐂𝐻𝐿, hope they have slagrum too. Of course they do. Hope they... Okay, leaving again, but for real now. Back to work. Bye, everyone. Happy beading. Thank you for being with us here a little bit, Anya. Enjoy your work and enjoy the Zoom classes tomorrow. As Miriam says, big hugs. Big hugs from all of us. Nadia is here. Not beading with you right now, just came across you here this morning. Love the scooter t-shirt, Erika. I ride a Vespa in Canada. Hello, Nadia, then welcome to our little beading group, and thank you so much. I picked it up during a vacation. And we are doing this every week at the same time on Friday. So if you follow my page, then you will get the information ahead and you will know how to prepare, and you can bead with us next time, and that would be great. And about brooches, Zuzi says, it looks very pretty with the 45mm round filigree brooch base. It should fit. Also with the large pendant style filigree we used last week for Tushinskaya pendant. Thanks for the ideas, Zuzi, and thanks for the links. So, ladies, please give me a little bit of feedback that how is it going with step number 8. This might be a little bit tricky, and I'm more than happy to explain it one more time if you need me to. I'm not 100% sure about the colors of my number 15s at this moment, by the way. But let's see. I chose Turquoise Picasso number 15s just to bring back the color of the turquoise quarter TILAs a little bit. And at first, it looked really nice when using only a couple of those number 15s between the round pearls. I'm not 100% sure now, but let's see. Let's see at the end. I don't give up yet. Thinking about it, if I have, by the way, some filigrees on hand here, if I might be able to show you the pendant with a filigree on the back, but not at the moment, I'm afraid. But I'm pretty sure that Susie will show us afterward in the club some variations using filigree components. And I'm actually very happy to see that many of us started to use filigree components. I'm glad when I can infect you with my obsessions, let's say. It's nice to inspire each other, and I'm really glad to see that you are getting very creative with the filigrees lately, also in your bead embroidery, but also in your bead weaving. And Susie has more and more ideas. And it seems I'm not alone. Maria also says, I don't like my colors too. But lovely. Sometimes it happens. And sometimes I don't know until the last bead if it's good or not. But even if I'm not sure at this point, I will push through and I will see. And I will actually ask for advice from my sister if this is something what her mom would like. And Petra is saying, this last step makes the pendant quite sturdy. Exactly. You totally need to do this before deciding if it's sturdy enough or not. And actually, the next step, when we are retracing this, but also like skipping some of the beads, that makes it super sturdy. Miriam says, ideas are not the problem, but time. Exactly. Sarah says, I have not bought any filigree yet, but you never know. I have actually just placed another large order for filigree today. We had already one order in, and today I decided to bump it up with some more, so wait it out, it's going to be great. Sharon says, hello Sharon, my colorway is similar to yours, Erika, but I used lime green with my purples. I too am not quite sure of the color of the seed beads. We'll probably end up taking it out and changing colors. I just can't tell about color until I put them together in the piece. Yeah, I totally understand that. But you know, like the good part about this pendant is, one of the good things about this pendant is that there are not so many seed beads like in the inside of the pendant, and it's easy to pick out this last row which is full of seed beads, so we can actually change the color of the seed beads if we don't like it at the last moment. Miriam and also Zuzi have to go. Thank you so much, ladies, for beading with us today. Have a nice rest of the day. Have a wonderful, peaceful weekend. And I am looking forward to see you again next week, and especially to see the result of your work afterward. Kathy, hello. She says, not sure I'm thrilled with my colors either, but it may look good on a filigree. I will try it. Finally, someone is loving her colors. Sarah says, my pendant is better now. Love my colors. That don't happen a lot. I'm very picky with my own jewelry. By the way, that brings up a very good question. How happy you are with your jewelry, usually? One of our beaders was actually wondering about it and encouraging others to be just like more happy with and more satisfied with what we are doing, tapping ourselves on the shoulder more frequently than we normally do. And I think that was a very, very nice remark. But I would be very curious to ask you, curious to know, how happy are you usually with your pieces? Can you say like, I am proud of what I did? Or you are like, oh, It could be better. And in the meanwhile, Kata has a very nice remark. She says, think about the seed beads and delicas as something framing in the whole thing. Do you want to highlight it or have it more hidden? So you pick the colors. Thank you, Kata. This is really well said. Asaria, hello. She says, love my colors, but used a bad thread choice. Just stripped out all and we'll start over. Corinna says, for a change, I love my colors. Joanna says, Katalin, thank you for the advice. Sarah says, I have high demands on myself. That's also a good, I'm pretty perfectionist too, but I am actually in the process of learning to say sometimes that, okay, Erika, it was well done. And I think that's also very important. I tended like usually always push myself, and I had this bad kind of motivation for myself that, okay, maybe if I'm never satisfied with what I'm doing, then it will push me further. But it just made me unhappy or like unsatisfied. So I am actually in the process of learning that sometimes I say like, yeah, I am proud of this. I am happy with what I have done. It does not mean that I stop learning or stop trying to improve, but this is something new to me. Kata says, proud is my middle name. No kidding, but usually I am quite happy. And Cheryl says, we can be our own worst critics. I take a photo if I'm unsure, and that gives me a different view. Sharon says, interesting question. Many times I do a project just for the challenge of doing the piece, but then after it's done, find it's not something I would wear. Anita says, I tend not to finish it if I don't like it. Mariella, hello Mariella. She says, that's different with every piece I make. If I don't like it, I try to change the colors and start over. Petra says, if I don't like my beadwork, I will use the scissors and start over, and again if necessary. So the result at the end always makes me happy and proud lately. Ingrid Frida says, not always happy with the colors I choose, but I can always make a new with other colors. Anita has a question, a technical question. When you use pin and filigree, do you put pin through filigree? Anita, have you seen the filigree brooches we have? What Suzy is using a lot? They actually are filigrees and pins brooches in one. Already like the pin base, the brooch base, it's glued on the filigree. So you have to then just attach one thing, actually. But if you have it in two pieces, then I would glue on the pin on the back of the filigree. And back to the question, the original. Kathy says, mostly I like what I do, but I tend to stick with earthy tones. When I step out of that box, it's when I'm not sure. And Kata says, in fact, I am pushing myself a lot. I know you are such a hard worker. Kimberly says, we should only expect perfection from brain surgeons and airplane pilots. Strive for satisfaction, not perfection. That's very well phrased, I think. Strive to be always a bit better, strive to improve, strive to learn and progress. And as Petra said, that I really liked it, that it's okay to like not being happy, strive to like being able to start anew if necessary. But yeah, step by step. And Vania says, and you also need to think of how it shows up in pictures is my biggest problem. Is the pictures even when I like my colors? I usually like my colors. Maria says, I am proud of my pieces, but I think you see through your work. If I am not happy, we'll remake it. Zuzi says, I would glue and stitch. Pin usually has holes in finding, so has the filigree. It will last forever. And Joanna says, Cathy, earthy tones are my favorites too. And Sarah says, I never give up. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts lately. Thoughts, ladies. I really liked reading them all. And please tell me, how are you doing with your beadwork in the meanwhile? I am finishing the seed bead row. I am putting the DELICA beads between the quarter TILAs at the 4th section. Now a bit more DELICAs and seed beads. Petra has to go in the meanwhile. Petra home. Have a nice rest of the day, Petra. Thank you for beading with us today. So, and this is the last step what we are doing online together. And afterward, you can, if you haven't done it yet, you can download the tutorial from the storytellingjuveler.com, and the last part will explain you how to retrace and skip some of the seed beads on the edge of the pendant to make it even sturdier. And it will also show you the one way on how can you attach a bail. I made a 2-drop. I try not to shake, but actually my hands are trembling a little bit. So I made a 2-drop herringbone bail, and I found it pretty easy to attach to one of the corners. And at the opposite corners, I added some extra seed beads to make the corner pointier. So, ladies, please let me know if you have some final questions. I will be waiting for you in the Storytelling Beading Club as always, so we can look at each other's work and we can get inspired and inspire each other. And Cheryl says, then I can see I will have to sit on mine. It's ever so slightly, baby. And Katie says, thanks again, Erika, for all you do. I must sign off now, but have a fabulous weekend. Take your friend for apple pie and tea when you can. Thank you, Katie. And have a wonderful weekend too. Karen. All finished. I added the picots on 3 points and added a 15 to both sides of the center. I love to see variations. I'm looking forward to see yours. There are many, many possibilities how to use this pendant, actually, how to use this motif, actually. Then we have Claudia. Claudia is a new beader. She says, hello from London. I am beading up in the garden. I love the company of you ladies. Indeed, no one has to bead along. Thank you so much for joining us, Claudia. And see you next time, next week at the same time. So, thank you again, ladies, for joining me today. Please don't forget about the contest. I guess you can't forget about the contest when you think about the prizes you can win. And if you are in need of some more fire polished beads, then please navigate to the storytellingjeweler.com. Until the 1st of July, you can take advantage of 20% discount of every fire polished bead on our website. Next week, I am looking forward to meet you on Tuesday at Coffee Time with Erika and with another project on Friday at No One Has to Bead Alone. So, thank you so much. I am looking forward to see your pendants. Take care and see you in the beading club afterward. Have a nice rest of the day and have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.